What if I told you that the internet's favorite chaos queen, Chrisean Rock, just got caught in a scandal so wild it makes the Kardashians look like the Brady Bunch? Yeah, buckle up, because CPS Records just cracked open a vault of secrets, and let me tell you, it's messier than a Love and Hip Hop reunion after-party with free tequila. We're talking about receipts, files, and straight-up shocking details that were never supposed to see the light of day. The kind of paperwork that doesn't just whisper drama. It screams it like a toddler in Walmart when mom says no to candy. And now, thanks to this leak, Chrisean can't hide behind Instagram Live's crocodile tears or conveniently timed music drops. Nope, the truth is out, and it's uglier than Blueface's rap lyrics. These aren't just boring government documents either. Oh no, honey, this is the type of tea that gets poured boiling hot, splashes on everyone in the room, and leaves third-degree burns on reputations. What's inside these CPS files could change everything we thought we knew about Chrisean Rock. So, grab your popcorn, hide your edges, and hold on tight. Because once we unpack this scandal, you'll realize Chrisean's biggest enemy might not be Blueface, the haters, or even her family. It might just be the truth. So let's start from the top, because this isn't just any scandal. This is the kind of jaw-dropping chaos that makes TMZ refresh their servers just to keep up. Chrisean Rock, the self-proclaimed ride-or-die who turned toxic relationships into a personality trait, just had her dirtiest laundry aired out in the most humiliating way possible, through cold, hard government. Paperwork. And not just any paperwork, CPS records. Yes, the very same child protective services that usually show up in crime documentaries and those late-night What Went Wrong episodes on Netflix. The fact that these files even exist with Chrisean's name on them should already make your eyebrows hit the ceiling. But the fact that they leaked, oh honey, that's a whole different level of public meltdown. It's like watching your ex accidentally upload their cheating text to Facebook stories. Except multiply the embarrassment by 10,000, add a few baby bottles, sprinkle in a little bit of reality TV shame, and boom, you've got Chrisean Rock's current nightmare. Now, here's where it gets messy. According to insiders, and when I say insiders, I mean people who live for drama and spend more time on Twitter Spaces than they do at their actual jobs, these CPS records didn't just fall out of the sky. No, this was a deliberate leak. The kind of orchestrated chaos that screams sabotage, revenge, and maybe even a touch of karmic justice. And of course, the internet detectives wasted 0 seconds in cracking open the details, circling screenshots, and turning their living rooms into CSI labs. But before we dive into the juicy specifics of what these files reveal, let's rewind. Because if you think this scandal came out of nowhere, you clearly haven't been keeping up with the soap opera that is Chrisean Rock's life. This woman's entire brand is built on turning personal disasters into public entertainment. From fistfights on live TV, to drunken live streams that end with furniture flying, to on-again, off-again chaos with Blueface that could make Shakespeare say, you know what, this is too toxic for me. Chrisean has always been a magnet for mess. And let's not forget the baby factor. Baby Junior, the poor child caught in the middle of all this drama like a toddler starring in a season finale nobody asked for. Ever since Junior's birth, the internet has been split into two camps: the protect the baby at all costs crew and the this baby is doomed conspiracy theorists. Both sides had valid points, but now, with CPS files hitting the public like a wrecking ball, it looks like the second group might be popping champagne. The files allegedly paint a picture so chaotic, so unfiltered, that even Zeus Network producers are probably saying, yeah, we can't air that. We're talking allegations of neglect, concerns about environment, questions about stability, basically the kind of keywords that make any parent sweat bullets when they see a government logo at the top of the page. And the internet? Oh, they're not just reacting, they're exploding. Twitter timelines are melting faster than ice cream on a summer sidewalk. Memes are multiplying. TikToks are spinning conspiracy webs thicker than Spider-Man's. One clip that went viral in record speed was of a fan holding up their phone and literally reading the CPS notes out loud on Instagram Live, pausing every 2 seconds to scream, "What?" and "Oh no, she didn't." That video alone racked up millions of views, proving once again that when it comes to Chrisean, the internet doesn't just watch the drama, they binge it like it's the latest season of Stranger Things. But let's be real, the shocking part isn't that CPS is involved. Honestly, given Chrisean's history of headline-grabbing chaos, people half expected it. the shocking part is how detailed, how brutal, and how impossible to deny these records are. This isn't your usual he said, she said drama. This isn't just Blueface screaming into a microphone or Chrisean crying into her phone camera. This is the government, honey. Black and white. Signed, stamped, sealed, and delivered straight into the public's greedy little hands. And if you're wondering how Chrisean reacted to this nuclear bomb hitting her reputation, oh, buckle up. Because in true Chrisean fashion, she didn't exactly keep it classy. Within hours of the leak, she hopped on Instagram Live looking like she just sprinted out of a soap opera set, mascara smudged, energy high, voice cracking with equal parts rage and desperation. She called out, "The haters," accused Blueface of being behind the leak, and at one point literally shouted into the camera, "CPS ain't got nothing on me." Yeah, about that, sis. CPS literally has everything on you. That's the whole point. Her meltdown only added fuel to the fire. Because while she was yelling, the internet was dissecting every single page of those files like it was the Dead Sea Scrolls. Reddit threads popped up faster than mushrooms after rain. Twitter threads got bookmarked, shared, and memeified. YouTubers, like us, were foaming at the mouth to break it all down, with thumbnails screaming "exposed" in giant red letters. The first wave of public reaction was disbelief, like, nah, this can't be real. Then came the second wave, pure chaos. Fans who once defended Chrisean with their last breath started tweeting, "Yeah, I can't even defend this anymore." Meanwhile, the haters were doing victory laps, sipping iced coffee and tweeting, "We been new." But here's the kicker. While everyone's busy pointing fingers, clowning on Twitter, and making memes, there's a bigger question brewing in the background. Who leaked this? Because CPS doesn't just casually publish records. Like they're posting brunch pics on Instagram. Someone, somewhere, made a decision to push this out. And if Chrisean's wild accusations are even halfway true, then the drama isn't just about her parenting. It's about sabotage, betrayal, and maybe even criminal exposure. And let me tell you, if Blueface really had a hand in this, we're not just watching family drama anymore. We're watching a full-blown war. A war where the battleground is social media, the weapons are screenshots, and the casualties are reputations. The plot thickens, the tension skyrockets, and the tea? It's officially scalding. If you thought the CPS records alone were enough to set the internet on fire, oh honey, you underestimated the power of the celebrity gossip ecosystem. Because the moment those files leaked, it was like dropping a Mentos into a 2-liter bottle of Coke. Instant explosion. And not just from fans. The A-list peanut gallery wasted zero time chiming in. Within hours, you had celebrities subtweeting, shading, and flat-out mocking Chrisean like it was a roast session hosted by Kevin Hart. I mean, seriously. Hollywood hasn't seen this much petty energy since Will Smith's slap heard around the world. One of the first to jump in was none other than Blueface, who never met a messy situation he didn't want to turn into a SoundCloud freestyle. Instead of offering any actual support, Homeboy hopped on Twitter and dropped cryptic posts like, "When the truth comes out, don't say I ain't warned y'all." Yeah, because nothing screams responsible co-parent like subtweeting your baby mama while the entire internet flames her. Then Jaidyn Alexis, Blueface's other leading lady in this soap opera, decided to twist the knife even deeper. She liked, and then unliked, a post that said, "CPS finally said what we all been thinking." The internet saw it, screenshotted it, and spread it like wildfire. And suddenly, Jaidyn wasn't just Blueface's ex. She was the villainess. In this telenovela, sipping her iced latte while chaos raged around her. But wait, it gets better. Rap Twitter started clowning immediately. Memes popped up with side-by-side shots of CPS paperwork next to Chrisean crying on live, captioned, "Exhibit A versus Exhibit B." TikTok creators were making dramatic readings of the records, complete with background music from Law & Order. And Instagram meme pages, they had a field day. One meme showed Blueface and Jaidyn holding CPS folders like they were Grammy trophies. Another compared Chrisean's CPS situation to the plot of Euphoria, with Junior cast as Rue trying to survive in a world of reckless adults. The wildest part? Even celebrities outside the immediate drama couldn't resist chiming in. Cardi B, the queen of saying exactly what's on her mind, tweeted a single word: messy. Just one word, but coming from her, that was like throwing gasoline on a bonfire. Nicki stans instantly spun it into a whole conspiracy. Thread. Cardi stans were eating it up. Suddenly, the CPS leak wasn't just a Chrisean problem, it was the newest battleground in the never-ending celebrity fan wars. Meanwhile, Zeus Network executives were probably foaming at the mouth. You know they're sitting in a boardroom right now plotting how to turn this into Baddies CPS edition. Because for Zeus, this isn't a scandal. This is content. And Chrisean, whether she likes it or not, she's their ratings goldmine. But let's not forget the most important group in all of this. The fans. Oh, the fans. The same people who defended Chrisean when she literally knocked someone's tooth out on camera were now switching sides faster than WWE wrestlers flipping heel. Suddenly, timelines were filled with, "I knew something was off," and "protect that baby at all costs." The same Twitter spaces that used to spend hours gassing up Chrisean's loyalty were now dissecting every bad decision she's ever made. And then came the TikTok investigators. You know the type. The ones who think a blurry screenshot is a smoking gun. They were breaking down timestamps, analyzing body language from old lives, and connecting dots that didn't even exist. One viral TikTok claimed that the CPS report proved a timeline where Blueface secretly plotted against Chrisean months in advance. Another swore that a random background voice in one of Chrisean's Instagram lives was actually a CPS agent undercover. It was unhinged, it was messy, and it was pure entertainment. But not everyone was laughing. Some celebs genuinely expressed concern. Summer Walker reposted a message about protecting children, clearly referencing the situation without naming names. Meek Mill tweeted something about praying for the kids, which, coming from him, is about as deep as it gets. And even Keke Palmer, everyone's internet cousin, chimed in with a cryptic Instagram story saying, "Sometimes being a parent means making changes you don't want to make." Fans instantly connected it to Chrisean, even though she could have been talking about feeding her own kid broccoli. Still, the loudest voices weren't the thoughtful ones. They were the petty, messy, meme-making masses. And that's the real danger here. Because once the internet decides you're guilty, no amount of crying on live can save you. Chrisean tried, of course. She went live again, this time doubling down on the Blueface set me up narrative. She shouted, she cried, she begged people to mind their business. But baby, when CPS files are trending on Twitter, it is everybody's business. And the more she denied, the worse it got. Every "they lying on me" clip became a TikTok sound. Every tear-streaked selfie became a meme template. Every defensive rant was spliced into compilations titled Chrisean, Gaslighting 101. At this point, it stopped being about the truth. The court of public opinion had already ruled. And the verdict? Guilty? Guilty of being messy. Guilty of being unstable. Guilty of making her baby the star of the hottest scandal of the year. But here's the kicker. The scandal didn't just drag Chrisean, it ricocheted, hitting everyone in her orbit. Blueface looked even more trifling than usual, accused of weaponizing CPS against his own child's mother. Jaidyn Alexis got labeled a petty villain, thriving off another woman's downfall. Even fans who once championed black love between Chrisean and Blueface were now tweeting, "This ain't love, this is a circus." And let's be real, that's exactly what it is, a circus. With Chrisean as the reluctant ringmaster, Blueface as the clown, Jaidyn as the side act, and Baby Jr. as the innocent kid dragged on stage against his will. And the audience? All of us, screaming, laughing, crying, and retweeting every second of it. But behind the jokes, the memes, and the petty tweets, there's something darker. Because while the internet treats this like reality TV, there's a real child at the center of it. A child whose name is now forever tied to CPS, leaks, and drama before he's even old enough to tie his own shoes. And that's where the scandal stops being funny and starts being tragic. The question now isn't just what's in the files, it's what happens next. Because if this is just the beginning, then the fallout is going to be uglier than any meme can capture. And judging by the way things are going, Chrisean Rock's darkest days might not be behind her. They might just be warming up. By now, the dust should have settled, right? Wrong. Because with Chrisean Rock, the drama doesn't die down. It mutates, multiplies, and comes back like a bad sequel nobody asked for, but everyone still watches. The CPS leak wasn't just a scandal of the week. No, this was a wrecking ball swinging straight into her reputation, her relationships, and her future. And the fallout? Oh, honey, it's uglier than a Black Friday sale at Walmart when the last flat-screen TV gets snatched. First, let's talk about her image. Before this, Chrisean had somehow managed to spin her chaos into a kind of brand. She was the unfiltered, wild card, the ride or die who turned dysfunction into entertainment. People loved to hate her, hated to love her, but they still tuned in. But once CPS entered the chat, that wasn't fun messy anymore. That was call the authorities messy. Suddenly, brands that might have flirted with using her for clout started backing away like she was radioactive. Even Zeus, the network, that thrives on train wreck energy, reportedly had concerns. And when Zeus thinks you're too messy, that's like Gordon Ramsay saying your food is inedible. Brutal. The fans noticed too. The diehards tried to rally, tweeting hashtags like Protect Chrisean and they setting her up. But those hashtags didn't trend nearly as hard as the memes clowning her. And in the attention economy, memes win every time. Her credibility as a mother was shredded. Her credibility as an entertainer, wobbling like a Jenga tower in a hurricane. Then there's the family angle. Baby Junior, the tiny human at the center of this nuclear meltdown, now has his future under a microscope. Rumors started swirling that CPS might step in even harder, possibly considering custody changes. Whether true or not, the speculation was enough to dominate timelines for days. Suddenly, Junior wasn't just Chrisean's baby, he was the CPS baby. And that label, it sticks. Friends and family couldn't escape either. Alleged relatives started posting cryptic messages on Facebook, you know the type. Those long paragraphs that start with, "I usually don't speak on family business, but..." Yeah, those. Screenshots of cousins, aunties, and random people claiming to know the real story started circulating, each one more dramatic than the last, and the internet, they ate it up like Thanksgiving leftovers. But the biggest consequence was the public's perception of Chrisean's relationship with Blueface. For years, people called it toxic, but now, people started calling it dangerous. Suddenly, Blueface wasn't just a trifling baby daddy, he was the alleged puppet master, accused of pulling strings to weaponize CPS. Chrisean wasn't just the wild girlfriend, she was the mom in the spotlight, fighting accusations that could sink her forever. Their mess went from VH1-style drama to a Lifetime movie waiting to happen. And yet, here's the kicker. Instead of laying low, regrouping, and letting lawyers do the talking, Chrisean doubled down. She hit the internet with even more lives, more rants, more chaotic energy. At one point, she even played the victim card so hard, it made Amber Heard's court testimony look subtle. And that decision? Oh, it only made things worse. Because every time she opened her mouth, the internet grabbed another soundbite to roast. Meanwhile, Baby Junior's name trended more than most rappers' singles. That's the twisted reality here. A literal child became a meme. One viral TikTok had clips of Junior crying in the background of a Chrisean live captioned, "Even the baby tired of this drama." Millions of views. People laughed, but under the laughs, discomfort, because deep down, everyone knew this wasn't just messy entertainment, this was real life, with real consequences, and that's when the think pieces started rolling in. You know the ones. Long Twitter threads, Instagram carousels, and YouTube explainers about the cycle of trauma in Black celebrity culture. Suddenly, Chrisean went from meme queen to case study. Professors of clout, social workers with ring lights, and woke influencers turned her scandal into TED Talks. The internet wasn't just laughing anymore, it was dissecting. And nothing kills a celebrity faster than becoming a lesson instead of a legend. But here's where it gets even scarier for Chrisean. The industry watches. Oh yes, the same rappers, producers, and reality TV execs who once booked her for clout started distancing themselves. Nobody wanted to risk being tied to CPS headlines. The offers, they started drying up. The bag? Suddenly, a lot lighter, and Chrisean, the woman who once bragged about making drama profitable, found herself in a nightmare where the drama was costing her money. So where does that leave her? Stuck. Trapped between an image she can't control, a baby she needs to protect, and a public that doesn't trust her anymore. And here's the bitter truth. In the court of public opinion, you don't get appeals. Once the people decide you're guilty, it's game over. And right now, Chrisean Rock's reputation is dangling by a thread thinner than Blueface's excuses for why his music flopped. But don't think this is the end. Oh no, with Chrisean, there's always another twist. Already, whispers of new. Leaks are floating around. More files, more drama, more dirt waiting to surface. Because once Pandora's box is open, baby, you can't slam it shut again. The internet doesn't forgive, the internet doesn't forget. And the internet loves a sequel. A sequel. So maybe Chrisean survives this. Maybe she manages to spin it, flip it, and turn it into another reality TV check. Or maybe, just maybe, this is the scandal that finally breaks her. The one she can't laugh off. The one she can't fight through. The one where the unbothered queen image crumbles, and all that's left is the raw, unfiltered truth. A messy situation, a damaged reputation, and a baby who deserves way better than all of this. The CPS records were supposed to be hidden, sealed, locked away. But now, they're out in the world, stamped forever on Chrisean's name. And the scariest part? We haven't even seen the full fallout yet. Because if history has taught us anything, it's this. In the world of Chrisean Rock, things don't calm down. They explode. Again, and again, and again. And there you have it, folks. The CPS bombshell that turned Chrisean Rock's world upside down and dragged the internet into a circus bigger than Coachella, messier than a Real Housewives reunion, and scarier than Blueface dropping another mixtape. Now, here's the part where I hand it over to you. Because let's be real, scandals like this aren't just entertainment, they're a group project. I want to hear what you think. Is Chrisean the victim of a ruthless setup, or is this the karmic clapback we all saw coming from a mile away? Drop your theories in the comments, and don't hold back. This is the internet. Subtlety left the building years ago. And while you're down there in the comments section, don't just scroll past like a lurker in your ex's Insta stories. Smash that like button like it owes you child support. Tap subscribe like you're signing adoption papers for more chaos. And hit the notification bell harder than Chrisean hit the Zeus Network reunion stage. Because let's face it, the drama doesn't stop here. Tomorrow, it'll be another leak, another meltdown, another scandal that makes you forget today even happened. And guess what? I'll be right here, serving the piping hot tea before the kettle even cools. That's the Scandal Spark guarantee, so buckle up, because if you thought this was wild, just wait until the next headline drops. With Chrisean Rock, Blueface, and the CPS Files of Doom, we're not watching a story, we're binging an entire series. And spoiler alert, the season finale hasn't even aired yet. This is Scandal Spark, where the mess never ends, the tea never cools, and the scandals, baby, they just keep getting bigger.